Truth is ever to be found in simplicity and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. Isaac Newton. My friends, we keep everything simple. Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, trend lines, volume, just like in the good old days when Jesse Livermore, the hero in my book, where we go through three-wave trading. It is actually at the editor right now. When I return from my trip, we'll be getting it off to get it finalized, and we will be giving it out first, of course, to our Patreon members for free. So stand by. Cannot wait. Let's jump into these charts. We see everything is up for the day except gold, pulling back just a little bit. Let's look at this week. Where did it leave us? Well, as we look at the S&P 500, up 0.63% for the day. Again, just relentlessly plowing forward higher and higher. After that pullback yesterday, again, the market just went up again. That's what you get when you print money backed by nothing, by the trillions. And of course, real stuff goes up in value. And if you're following along with these charts, you can see your practice trades going up like everything else. There will be a day when that balloon is popped. And when it is, we'll be here to write it down and make money also. And again, I want you to practice with us each and every day. We're not a stock calling service. We're an education firm, not giving you market advice, but we are helping you to train and to see things. And of course, at some point in time, you will be taking over. You will be doing what you've learned to do from what we teach here and all the other things you have learned from. Trading, I believe, is all about personal choices, the personal desires that you have, what you have learned, the stocks and ETFs that mean things to you, that you follow, that you have a knack for. There are just certain things that tend to click with you. The one that clicks with me and has from the beginning is the NASDAQ 100. That's the next one we go to. For some reason, it has just been my favorite forever. Q, the cubes, whatever you might call it. Up for the day, 0.60%. This is a trade that we did jump in to write it up. That occurred when we had our interim low back on the 15th of April. We had sort of a dead week the next week, and then we had the rotation over with the green spinning top with average volume. We had higher than average volume for the interim bottom. Again, sort of our standard turnaround, and we have ridden that pony up ever since. And again, another nice week moving up. Are paying attention to where we are on this Friday. As far as the 2-day goes, we have a doji there. We had a down day on Thursday, strong down day, about 2%, and then meandering its way back up 0.60%. So we are looking and paying attention. At some point, we will top, we will roll over, and we'll be standing by to pull that trade and then look to ride it down. Let's see where we are. 20-year bonds up 0.40%. Not a trade we're in because we didn't have anything giving us a turnaround either way, and you can see how sloppy it's been. It came down for 4 weeks, ended, and then turned around up for 3 weeks. Was not our classic turnaround, not something that we jumped into. We didn't have an interim low with average or higher than average volume. We had the market move down, and then the next week it moved lower. Then it turned around on a red doji. That was back on the 29th of April. Not the kind of thing we look for, and of course it was a misfire. It went up mainly for 2 weeks and then sort of died, then went up for 3 weeks and then died, and now is trying to go up again, sort of a stop, start. No way you can really play that, and we've not been. And again, we're just waiting for it to sort its way out. Let's take a look at gold, pulling back just a little bit, 0.06% for the day. As we look at the 2-day candles, we can see how they have been building. First day of this latest 2-day candle is not higher than the prior high. We are moving up toward what we have found to be a ceiling. A couple of times on gold's prior up movements. We'll see if it acts as ceiling again, or if gold's going to blast through it. Because of the lack of volume, it is the summertime trading zone. which is typically weak volume, not like the fall-winter trading zone, which is our favorite time of year to trade. Of course, it's been a great time for stocks, and they have just relentlessly gone up, and we have ridden that wave. But here on gold, hard to see just what it's doing. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, but in little waves, not enough to be able to capture much of anything. Some point, gold will give us a nice signal, and we will jump on it and ride it as we have before. Let's lastly go to HODL, up a little bit, 0.48% for the day, but still strong push down. As we look at the low last week, let me pull this down a little bit. We have that ceiling in there sort of blocking the numbers. The low last week was 62.67. This week, 62.64. So am I reading? No, 24, 62.24. So again, we are going lower. Bitcoin still going down. We're still in our BITI trade, which has been good to us. Again, it did pop up to its most recent high back on the 8th, Monday the 8th, in the 9:30 to 12:45 candle. That is the first candle of the day on the half-day chart. Then dropped over and again is sort of meandering down. We will keep a close eye on it, figure out when we're going to pull that trade. But it's been very good to us. Gave us right at 7% before and still up about 6.5% or so. So we'll keep our eye on things and see when we wish to pull that. But my friends, that is where we are. Hopefully Bitcoin will reset, give us some nice volume and an interim low at some point on that weekly chart, spin around and start zooming up, and we'll be able to have a successful practice trade on it. Remember, you trade when the charts tell you to trade. You do not force trade. You cannot force the chart. Try to force the chart, you're going to get hammered. Again, let them guide you. That's what all this training is about, 10 to 15 minutes a day. All we ask, let us hear from you, cw@chartingwealth.com. If anything you hear confuses you and you don't quite understand, we probably have a training on it. We'll be happy to share with you. If you subscribe at chartingwealth.com, of course, every day we send you a training, and you learn here by doing. It is just that easy. Don't worry about how long it takes, because once you master the charts, you'll make up for all the time you ever spent. God bless, my friends. Patreon members, thank you for your support. Of course, we sent you your weekly vertical crossovers. We gave you early access charting cryptos, commodities, and currencies, and you got your exclusive 3-wave trades. God bless, my friends.